Hi everybody, how you doing? It's kind of late. It's early Tuesday morning. It's like 1:18 a.m. on August 4th. I know it's after um, the full moon, the full sturgeon moon has peaked. It peaked yesterday, like around noon. However, I was on the job. I was in the office. When I got home, I had every intention of reading some cards, doing my Moonology Oracle. However, my energy was so zapped from having to deal with people all day on the phone. So I gathered up enough strength to cook some dinner, start dinner. My daughter finished it. By the time it was time to eat, I ate dinner and I crashed. I had nothing left. She came in my room about 11:30, 12 o'clock, was asking me some questions about shutting down the house for the night, and kind of rose me. I rose up. I was like, you know what? I didn't do my reading. And so I started getting that ringing in my ears. A little voice talking to me saying, you know what? You should go ahead and do something. You know, take a moment, meditate, take some time to wake up, and you should go set up and do a small reading. I said, okay. So here I am. Got my music going. Just going to burn. Now my lighter doesn't want to work. Now my lighter doesn't want to work. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I had to go get some matches because all of a sudden my lighter did not want to work. I'm going to burn some sage. Hopefully fan will not. Yep, fan is going to work against me. That's cool. But anyway, we're going to make this work. Lighting a little bit. As if I didn't have that fan going, it would be a little bit warm in here. Oh, it lit it just enough. Okay. I'll let that burn. Let's see how that goes. But like I said, I had that little voice telling me that I needed to do somewhat a little reading or something for the full moon this month, the month of August 2020, the sturgeon moon. Let me see if I can find some information on it. Okay. It has different moons. Different meanings. Of course, it's in the full moon of Aquarius. It's called the sturgeon moon. Trying to find something that doesn't. It says, okay, it's called the sturgeon moon because of the great number of huge freshwater fish, sturgeon fish, that were once found in the lakes and rivers of North America. And let's see. It's called also, not only is it called the sturgeon moon, but it's also called the grain moon, the green moon, the green corn moon, fruit moon, barley moon. That's in North America. Native Americans had a different name for it. I'm trying to find it. But Basically, it was named after the sturgeon fish, the fish that look like sharks, little tiny sharks, mini sharks, but they're actually fish. And they're in the ecosystems of North America, in the Great Lakes, in Hudson Bay, and the Mississippi River. But this is around the time frame every year that they were in plenty, and the fishermen would go out and fish them and harvest them. But at any rate, let me go ahead and do this. Spirit guides, angels, archangels, ancestors, universe, give me this strength. Give me your blessings so that I may deliver your message, the message that you want for the viewer to hear. This is a moon oracle reading for the sturgeon moon of August 2020. Use me as your vessel. Cleanse me, purify me, protect me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, already pre-shuffled and laid out the cards. I had pulled 3 cards. I did a 3-card spread, and then I had pulled the bottom card for overall energy. I'm going to use the booklet to explain each of the cards, and they do have a meaning, all of them, all 4 of them, 3 of them especially, and including the overall energy. Okay, the first card I pulled is the card, the new moon in Cancer. It says you and your loved ones are safe. The second card I pulled was the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. The third card I pulled was the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. And the overall energy was the full moon in Sagittarius card. Look at the bigger picture. Okay. The first card, which is the new moon in Cancer. Okay. Okay, it says, I'm going to hold it up as I read it. You and your loved ones are safe. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a roommate, or moving house. I believe this deck is someone created by someone overseas in Europe, because it says flatmate. That means a roommate. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, the card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself. Nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Make sure you put your family first. Attuned to the moon. Okay, there's additional meanings to this card that say let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to renew your goals. Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Because this new moon in Cancer, Cancer is a water sign. Water is like their superpower. Cancers are very emotional. It's a very emotional sign. They're all about emotions. And so saying that, the moon is a happy thing for the sign of Cancer. It suggests that whatever happens next, it'll be in your favor. Especially positive for family matters. So that's why it says you and your loved ones are safe. If you are walking your path, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you're not letting other people dictate your life, if you're walking your truth, you're going to work and taking care of business, taking care of your family, paying your bills, living your life in a positive manner, then the universe is watching. The universe sees that, and you're divinely protected. Quit that, crazy cat. So it says you and your loved ones are safe. You're safe as long as you're doing what you need to be doing. You're not hanging around the wrong element. You're not putting yourself and your family in certain positions. Then all that drama, bringing chaos into your life, you really don't have anything to worry about. I mean, I'm not saying let your guard down and don't pay attention to your surroundings or anything like that, but you have control of who you let in your circles. You have control of what you do to who. You have control of yourself, of your emotions, of your actions. So with every action, there's a consequence. As long as your actions are positive and they're not done with the intention of hurting someone, then no danger or harm will come to you. Okay? The second card in the position of present is the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. And I'll read that one. Pick up the pace a bit, because it is late, and even though I took a little cat nap, I'm still kind of tired. Okay, the new moon in Aries, and I'll hold it up. The new moon in Aries, the flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you're on the right track. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign that if there is something you want to happen in your life, take this card as a big yes from the universe. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution, don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goal. You create much better karma for yourself. Don't even think about giving up. Do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. A new male is coming into your life. So, it's time to take action. And it says Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so the new moon in Aries is the first of the 12 or 13 new moons of the year. So see, some people think it can be just 12 because there's 12 months in the year. Sometimes there can be 13, as well as full moons. There can be more than 12 full moons. There can be more than 1 or 2 supermoons. So it says if you're committed to working with all the lunations, then the new moon in Aries is the right time to start. And drawing this card, no matter when you do it, it signifies it's also the ideal time to start your moon work, such as setting your intentions. So now, in the time of this pandemic, when people have a lot of extra time on their hands, now is as good a time as any to get started on something that you've been wanting to work on. It's like, why put off why put off tomorrow what you can do today? Okay? No regrets. It's time to get started. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about, it's time to get started. Take some action. Let me look at that again real quick. Yep. It's new moon. The new moon is setting intentions. That means starting something. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. You need to start taking care of your relationship with your family if you haven't started already. If you and your family don't get along right now, you need to start doing better. You only get one family. Nobody chooses their family. And sometimes we have family members that we just never get along with, but that doesn't mean things have to be miserable every time you're in each other's presence. So maybe a good time to start being more civil towards each other, acting more like adults, stop holding grudges, stop holding on to hurt feelings. Okay, the third card I pulled is the full moon in Aquarius, which is what we're in now. That's what the sturgeon moon is. The sturgeon moon is the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. I'm going to pull that up. Okay, this one I don't think it's as long as the other ones. It says, okay, this card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, you are being too aloof. or detached, go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Okay, also it says, every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests that either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. This sounds to me like someone is holding back from being themselves. Why? Why keep yourself stagnant? Why keep yourself closeted? Why keep yourself closed off? That means if you haven't been your real self around your friends, your family, your lover, your spouse, or significant other, if you haven't been being your real self, that means you've been fake. You've been showing them someone that's not real. And when you do that, that energy is not a positive energy for the connection, for the relationship. It means it causes problems and it causes chaos. It's like, it's like putting a ripple in something or a dent in something. It's like putting a dent in your new fender, your new car. Doesn't look as smooth anymore. And every time you walk by it, you see that dent. Or when you're out cutting your grass and you hit a rock, a big rock with your lawnmower. Well, it doesn't break your lawnmower, but it doesn't cut the same anymore because the blade is messed up. The blade is not like it was. It doesn't cut the same. And you notice the difference. You notice it's not giving as good performance as it was before. So you need to be yourself. Just express yourself, not to the point of being obnoxious, but if it's causing you to not be happy in the connections that you are right now, then you need to let go. Let go of those connections. That means you haven't been being your real self. You haven't been the real you when you started these connections. So it's going to kind of be hard to hold on to these connections if you haven't been being you. Because you don't know how the other parties are going to react or accept you. And it may be at a point to where, because you've been fake and playing a role this whole time, you're just so unhappy that it's time to move on. That's how you grow. When you express yourself and you let people know who you really are, it opens you up to new things. Because it takes a lot of energy and a lot of time, a lot of thought for someone to just close themselves off and not express themselves and not be the real them. I know, because I used to be that way. I used to be extremely shy, and I would act however I thought people wanted me to act. I wasn't the real me, and I was like that for years. So I finally found myself. Finally figured out what it is that I want. I finally figured out how much I love myself. And so here I am, all these years later, and I'm like, God, I look back and I'm like, I wasted all that time trying to pretend to be this, and I wasn't. I could have been doing this by now. It leaves you with regret. So, that you can't do that. You can't dwell on regret. You have to pick up the pieces. You have to figure out what you can do instead. Or you can go back and say, okay, I've always wanted to do this. Let me pursue this. Pursue it. So be yourself. Don't be afraid to show yourself to the world. Okay? That's what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit wants you to be yourself. Spirit wants you to be real. Wants you to live your truth. Speak your truth. Walk your truth. Okay. Big picture. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Let me see. Full moon in Sage. Okay. Full moon in Sagittarius. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutia can be counterproductive. Or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now's the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Take time out for a mini break or an adventure. The full moon in Sagittarius is a time when we are reminded that life is an adventure and there's a big, wide world to see beyond our backyard. It's about having fun and being prepared to sail into uncharted territory. It's about big ideas versus the details. No matter when you draw this card, it encourages you to look at the bigger picture. So, this is the overall energy. Look at the bigger picture. Don't be afraid to step outside your door. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to try new things, new adventures. Expand your mind. There's more to the world beyond your backyard. Exactly what the card said. There's more life out there than what is right in front of you. I think a lot of people have a problem with this. They limit themselves. Why limit yourself? There's a whole wide world out there waiting for you. The real you. Show the world the real you. Okay? So I think what this is saying is, the message I'm getting, okay, yeah, the message I'm getting is you need to get yourself in order. Whatever relationships, connections you have, especially with your family, you need to get everything in order. You need to fix shit, okay? You need to stop holding grudges from silly stuff that happened a long time ago. Don't hold on that stuff, because all it does is eat you up inside. It limits you. It makes you hateful. People don't want to be around you, okay? And you sound silly. You start sounding silly or being mad at somebody over something that happened 30 years ago. Now, again, it depends on what it is, but then it's like, even if it's something like really bad, something criminal, you need to find a way to live with it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying accept it. I'm not saying give the person a pass or anything like that, or agreeing with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for your own good, for your own health, for your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health, you need to figure out a way to live with it, to file it away, put it up on a shelf. Don't file it away, but put it up on a shelf to where, okay, you know it's there, but it's out of your way. It's not in front of you, and you're not stepping over it. You're not trying to maneuver around it all the time. Put it up here out of the way. You're gonna sometimes walk by it and you're like, yeah, okay, I remember when. But you can just keep on walking. Dust it off, keep walking. But you have to learn how to forgive people and move on with your life. Because if you sit around dwelling on shit that happened years and years and years ago, even if it didn't happen years ago, if you just sit around dwelling on negative shit that's happened to you, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to accomplish anything. You're just going to be miserable. And all the people around you in your circle, either they're going to start being miserable too, or they're going to find a way out of your circle, and you're going to find yourself standing there by yourself. You're not going to have anyone in your circle. No one's going to want to be around you because it's, God, they're going to be like, oh, God, do we have to go to so-and-so's house? Oh, my God, here comes so-and-so. They're not going to want to be around you because you're miserable and negative. Nobody wants to be around that. It's like a big black hole that's sitting around sucking the positive around, out of everybody's body, out of everybody's energy. It's like nobody wants to be around that. Okay? So you need to figure out how to get with your loved ones, whatever issues you guys are having, y'all need to work it out. Okay? And the universe will look at that and say, okay, this person is working, they're doing their shadow work, they're working on themselves. And then you will have protection. You and your family will be protected, divinely protected, because the universe will see, spirit will see, this person is working, this person is trying. Okay? And that will free you up. That will free you up to take action on what it is that you're wanting to do. Something that you've been wanting to work on for a while. You get all this other negative stuff out of your mindset so that you can have a different mindset, something that's more focused on you, something more positive. You'll be able to start whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, because now is the time to do it. Now is the time. And you're going to have to stop being fake, stop being phony, start being the real you. Express yourself the way you want. Do what you want. Be you. Don't be someone that you think people want you to be. That's not the real you. Okay? Be who you want to be. And then you have to look at the bigger picture of everything. The whole world is out there waiting for you. Okay? And if you don't do all these things, if you don't settle old business and start taking care of yourself, start doing what you want to do, okay, taking care of business, then you're just going to be stuck in the same spot that you were last year, that you were 3 years ago, that you were 5 years ago, that you were 20 years ago. Giving the same lame excuse. Look at the bigger picture, okay? There's a whole big, big world out there of things to do. Enjoy life. Live your life. Be happy. There's nothing wrong with being happy. I mean, happiness is when you're happy and you show it on your face, you show it in your life, people see that and it spreads. It's like contagious. See you smiling and grinning all the time, people are going to smile and grin back. It's contagious. Your family and friends, they see you living your life and doing positive. Hey, you know what? So and so, he's doing pretty good. That's good. And it's like, you know what? I think I'll do this. I think I'll get interested in this. I think I'll do that the way so and so does. It's contagious. So live your life. Look at the bigger picture of everything. Stop limiting yourself. Don't limit yourself. So, with this full moon, they keep saying that, with full moons, you need to be careful of making big decisions, signing contracts, making promises, things like that. Okay. It's not a bad thing to wait. To put it off for about 3 or 4 days after a full moon. That's when they say, the energy starts diminishing. It's not as strong. It's not as, I can't think of the word. I'm getting tired. But yeah, if you're into moonology, astrology, they say that the planets, they say that for full moon, it's good to go ahead and wait a few days after a full moon before making any kind of big decisions, because it could affect you negatively because it makes people excited and they tend to rush and then don't really think about things. They don't think things through. They don't read over things. So it could get you involved in something that it's hard to get out of. Big giant purchases like buying a house, buying a car, buying a boat, things like that. You should probably put it off, think about it, and then come back in a few days and say, okay, I've had time to think about it, had time to read the contract, yeah. But these cards, I'm noticing this, 2 new moons. You had 2 new moons. Then you had 2 full moons. 2 and 2. Oops. 2 and 2. I'm trying to see what it says about the number 2. Got my cheat sheets. Number 2 is 2. Yeah. Number themes. 2 means balancing. It means weighing potential. It may indicate 2 people. If there's an abundance of 2s. So yeah. 2 new moons, 2 full moons. Balance. And the reason why I'm really thinking this is good energy is because this is emotion, water energy. Cancer is a water sign. Aries is a fire sign. So it's like water. You need to take care of things that have been affecting you emotionally. In this fire, you need to light a fire under your ass. Get off your ass. It says take action. So Aries, yes, Aries. I have Aries in my chart. I have Aries moon. So it's new moon in Aries, not full moon in Aries, but new moon in Aries. But yeah, my moon placement falls in Aries. I don't have any Cancer. I don't have don't have Aquarius in my chart. I do have Sagittarius in my chart. Where's my Sagittarius placed? It's placed in rising. I think in my rising. I have to look that up again. I'm tired. I'm sorry. But okay. That was just a small moon reading. And I'm sorry it took so long. I'm tired, but Spirit told me you need to get up and you need to do one anyway. So I'm like, okay, I did it. But yeah, you need to get off your asses, everybody, okay? Get your stuff in order. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your loved ones. Y'all need to stop holding on to all this negative energy because you need to put more love in the world. Okay, people need to learn how to work things out. Stop holding on to negative emotions because it's like a cancer. It eats you up inside. And cancer, it's like it eats you up inside. Negative emotions, holding on to negative emotions, it's like a big pit in your stomach or a big hurt or rumbling or gnawing, and it eats away at you especially if you hold on to it for years. I've seen it do that to people. Just holding on to hate. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't at all. Makes you testy and nagging and ugh. So get rid of that. So you can be more pleasant to be around. So you can be happy. Your mind can be in a better place so that you'll be ready to light that fire and say, okay, what can I do next? What can I do for myself? Light that fire under yourself. Show the world the real you. And look at the bigger picture, okay? There's a big world out there and it's waiting for you to just step into it, to do things, to be about things, okay? So hope you got a message out of this. If you'd like to book a reading, I'm still working on my website, but I do have an email I'm going to put in the description, so you can contact me and we can talk. If you want to book a reading, I have different ones that I can do for you. Just send me a message and we'll work it out. But in the meantime, if you're on the West Coast and you're going to get hit by this hurricane, be careful, okay? Especially if you're on the coast. Don't go in the water, okay? Because I was watching the Weather Channel earlier, and the winds, they're not anything to play with. The waves, don't go out there if you don't know what you're doing. Just stay away. Wait for the sun to shine. Wait for the storm to pass, and then go into the water, okay? But don't be foolish. Don't show off. Don't play games, okay? It's not a extremely bad hurricane. I've seen extremely bad hurricanes, but it's bad enough, and it will kill you. It will kill you, or it will hurt you really bad. So just be careful out there, people, okay? And I love you. You have a good one, and I'm going to be praying for everyone, thinking about everyone, throwing up positive thoughts, and I'll hear from you soon, okay? See you soon in another video. Peace, love, and light. Bye.